you are just waking up, you're waking up to the sad news that Brazilian football legend and arguably the greatest player of the 20th century, Pele, has died aged 82. A true icon of the sporting world, he's passed away after a long battle with cancer.
He'll be remembered as one of the first international sports superstars and the King of Kings.
Electric with the boot, a showman on the field, and that Hollywood smile. Pele was, quite simply, the best. Edson Arantes de Nascimento, known to the world as Pele, a nickname he earned as a boy for reasons he never knew. He grew up in one of the poorest neighbourhoods. He earned money for the family by shining shoes, spending hours playing in the streets with friends, barefoot, with a makeshift ball. Those days turning him into one of the greatest football players the world has ever seen. Known as the King, football's first millionaire. At 11, he joined his first soccer team in Bauru, Brazil, with skills well beyond his years. But he wasn't always the standout. At 15, he was rejected for a higher grade. A year later, at just 16 years old, Pele made Brazil's national team. At 17, he was picked for his first World Cup. 1958, Brazil would take the tournament. And a teenage Pele would be declared a national treasure by the Brazilian government and a living god by locals. 4 years later, though an injured Pele didn't play in the final, it was another World Cup for Brazil.
And here comes the team. Pele playing in his second World Cup final.
In 1970, Brazil once again in the final.
Pele, gol do Brasil!
Making Pele the first and only to win football's ultimate prize 3 times, describing that final against Italy as the greatest moment of his life. Pele played his last game for Brazil in 1971. Fans turned out in their thousands, and in the skies, long live the King. In 1972, Pele brought his brand of magic to Australia.
Number 10, Pele waits to pass, but is deprived of the chance.
31,000 fans turned out in Sydney as his FC Santos took on Australia. And again in 1990, where he was met with a frenzy at a Kmart in Sydney's southwest.
This is the biggest thrill of my life.
But a king on the field, off it, he faced criticism. In the 1960s, when tanks rolled into Brazil's major cities under a military coup, the nation's hero remained politically neutral and never spoke up against a brutal regime. In later life, Pele's health would fail him. He needed a walking frame and was being treated for cancer. When word spread at the 2022 World Cup that Pele wasn't well, Doha's Torch Tower lit up as Brazilian fans sent their hero a giant message, willing him to hold on.
The wishes of everyone here and right around the world, the football community, are with Pele.
Pele, the man in the number 10 who earned a perfect World Cup send-off, leaves a legacy to football well beyond his lifetime, living on in millions of memories as the greatest of all time.
And we're going to go live now to US correspondent Alison Petrowski. Ali, this comes as, well, not an entirely shocking news, but it doesn't change just how sad it is for a lot of people waking up this morning, and it's the sporting world that's leading the tributes.
Yeah, absolutely. So many current greats from right around the world wanting to pay tribute to their hero, starting with Neymar, who has just posted to social media saying, before Pele, 10 was just a number. He is gone, but his magic will remain. Pele is eternal. From Cristiano Ronaldo, he will never be forgotten and his memory will live on forever in each of us football lovers. Rest in peace, King Pele. From Mbappe, the king of football has left us, but his legacy will never be forgotten. R.I.P. King. And then also from from the world's fastest man, Usain Bolt. He says, a sporting legend, rest in peace, King Pele. The news coming this morning that Pele had died aged 82. The news coming with confirmation from his daughter, who posted this on social media, showing their family members all holding his hand on top of his hospital bed. The message translates to, all that we are is thanks to you. We love you infinitely. Rest in peace. And as you mentioned, Jenna, Pele had been in a Brazilian hospital for the best part of a month. His condition had been deteriorating, but he had been fighting colon cancer for a couple of years. So yes, this news isn't surprising, but it is a huge loss, and we will be hearing many more tributes coming in from around the world throughout the morning.
I'm sure we will. Ali Petrowski, thanks for the update this morning.